It's all about quality and quantity on Brewsday Tuesday. Here is Drez and Huck.
That pathetic sound means it's round 2 of Brewsday Tuesday. Round 2 of our Cancun beers.
Wait a minute, where's your beer?
That's a good question, Huck.
See, I'm thinking maybe you're snucking in the tequila on me.
I wish that was the case. No, can you hand me the other half of that one?
Yeah.
My other beer.
Uh-oh.
My beer.
This didn't make it.
Kirsty, I'm sorry. My beer is soaking in my girlfriend's clothes that it broke in her suitcase, man.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah, that didn't go well. So, what it was all right, I didn't check a bag. So I couldn't bring any booze back.
Yeah.
She had a bag that was checked, so she was kind enough. She was like, yeah, sure, you can put some beers in my bag. It's like, okay, cool. We packed it really good. Good to go. Like, wrapped it in clothes. Make sure it was not going to move around.
Yeah.
But then we get to the damn airport, and her bag is like
too heavy,
8 pounds over or something. So we had to on the fly pull stuff out real quick. There's a long line. People are waiting. So we had to pull out a book bag and pack it full of stuff and reweigh it and all this. So it was not packed how it should have been packed. And as soon as we get to Charlotte, I grab her bag, and she immediately is just saying unpleasant words, and I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, don't you smell that? Can't you smell that? And I saw a wet spot on the corner of her bag. I was like, oh crap. So unfortunately, one of the beers did not make it back.
Well, I've got stories
and I spent the rest of the day doing her laundry.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stories about that. I'm telling you, it happens all the time. Coming back from South America, see, I had beer loaded in both their bags, and Liz's bag was 2 pounds over, but they let it slide because mine's 4 pounds under, and we're all, we're together. But you got to be really, really careful about that.
Well, here's the thing, man. So, first of all, you didn't even say what beer it was. Sol.
Sol.
They said Sol. Cerveza Original de Mexico. Coming in at 4.2% ABV. So step up from my last round. But so we're at the airport, and he said that, I can't remember if it was $100 or $150 charge for it being overweight.
Yes.
Which is almost twice as much as just checking another bag.
Correct.
So once we told, once we were sitting down with this guy, Brad, and told him about it, he was like, that's why whenever I go somewhere, I just bring one of those foldable, sort of, you can get a collapsible duffel bag.
Right.
So that if you end up having too much stuff or whatever, you just put it in there and then just check another bag, and it's the way to go for sure.
Yeah, that's what I started doing. And then I'll take all my heavy shoes and everything, and I'll buy a big shopping bag. You can't have too many shopping bags, nowadays. If you're trying not to use plastic bags, you need a lot because you forget them. So you got to leave them in every vehicle you own. So, all the time. So I'll get those, and I'll put all of my shoes and everything in it and just carry it on. Because I always carry my backpack, my computer bag, with everything in it. Mm-hmm. And that's usually all I carry.
And you can have two.
So I'm allowed with two, right, yeah.
That'll work, yep.
And I've got this, everybody's got their weird thing about flying, is I don't put my computer bag under my seat. I'm sorry. I checked my bag. So I get a space. And don't tell me my computer bag so you can put your suitcase up there. No. Sorry.
No, I'm with you on that.
I need the foot room.
Yeah. What I end up doing, I don't put it under the seat. I put it under my legs, and then I have my feet over my bag, which I guess is probably not what you're supposed to do.
Well, yeah, if they see that, they're going to make you shove it under the seat. But once you get up, you can do whatever you want.
I've never had an issue. I've always
good.
That's the way to do it. Because, if you, forget it.
Yeah, I can't.
There's no way.
Crimps me legs up.
Crimps me legs.
But, yeah, that's, and the other thing is I take a roll of, if I'm going on a beer travel, I take a roll of bubble wrap and some strapping tape.
See, now that would have been smart.
And I wrap it, and then I put it in shoes and shirts. We could have gotten a little bit more. But I wrap them all so they don't hit together.
That's a good call.
I don't use it anymore because I'm getting too old to carry it, but I have a great big old North Face soft duffel, but it's waterproof. I mean, it's sealed. So you put your stuff in there, and they throw it in the rain, don't get wet. Now, the bad news is I had a bomber break in that thing.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah. And so because none of it leaked out, every single item in there was soaked in beer. Because it flipped it around, It was horrible. Oh, it was horrible.
Well, so yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't packed ideally, but clearly they must have been manhandling that luggage to make a beer bottle break. I mean,
what was it?
I don't even remember. I remember it was the one I was the most excited to drink because it had the most unique label. It had like an Indian looking guy on it or something.
Yeah.
Like it was the one that looked the most crafty of them all.
Yeah.
It was the one I was most excited to try.
There's not I've just off the top of my head, I know that there's 5 or 6 expatriates from the United States making beer in breweries in Mexico City. Okay, so that's going on, 5 or 6 breweries, but I've never actually. I don't remember hearing of a brewery in Cancun. I will look it up.
I doubt it. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Well, let's get back to bitching about the airlines because here's the thing.
Fun.
This is a great start. This was the best start of my vacation. So I was flying out of Charlotte, and then I had a layover in Atlanta, but not really a layover. It was like a 45-minute layover. So basically, just hop right on to the next flight, go to Cancun. I'm waiting at the gate at Charlotte. It was an early flight, so I get there at early. I never have a problem hopping on a flight when it's the first stop because I'm always there plenty of time. They tell you get there 2 hours early, all that kind of crap.
They tell you.
So I'm waiting at the gate for a long time. They say, "Oh well, the flight's running a little bit late."
Oh yeah.
Instead of a 4:08 departure, we're looking at more like a 4:30 departure. I'm like, okay, so 22 minutes shy. This is still doable. I could still make this work. I think we started boarding the plane. Not departing at 4:30. I think we started boarding the plane at like maybe 4:40, and I'm like, okay, this is
getting close.
This is cutting it. This is cutting it. Or no, we started boarding maybe like 4:30, and then so I'm like, all right, well, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, all right, if we take off by like 5, it's like an hour and 27-minute flight or something. Like I think it could still be done. So I get on the flight, and the captain clicks on. Yeah, we got a little bit of a technical issue that requires us to stay here at the gate for about just an additional like maybe 10 minutes while this thing or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, that's great. So then we were there for way longer than 10 minutes. We finally pull away from the gate, and I'm like, we need to be in the air right now, and I need them to like phone ahead and do all this. I was like, it's still possible. But then we're waiting on the tarmac. He's like,
we missed our slot.
They just switched directions on the runway, so we're gonna have to go back. We're looking at about another 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm screwed.
Oh.
So I get to Atlanta. Obviously, missed my flight, and it was the last flight to go to Cancun that night. So I'm stuck at a. So I go to the thing, have to do all this BS. They shuttle me over to a Motel 6. They put me up
in a Motel 6.
Motel 6 in Atlanta. I mean, if you want to talk about high quality, top notch,
I'm not going there.
When I could have been in Cancun with my BB at the nicest hotel I've ever stayed at.
I stay in hotels all the time, and I don't think I've ever stayed in a Motel 6.
Well, they leave the light on for you.
Yeah, how is it other than that? Lights are on all night.
Let me tell you. So. The entire, not just my room, the entire hotel or motel just reeked of cigarettes. Even though every room has the no smoking sign on it, just reeked of cigarettes. And I was getting these dizzy spells. Like as soon as
that's because of the deodorizer they try to kill the cigarette.
Oh my God!
Will make you sick.
I seriously thought I might have pass out. Literally, I've never even fainted, but I thought I was going to pass out at the reception desk checking in. So I go up to my room. I was like, all right, well, I'm on the 3rd floor. I see there's a balcony. I was like, let me just hop out there for a little bit, get some fresh air. Oh, no, you can't go out there. It's chained shut. You can't go out on the balcony. You can't open a window or anything like that.
That might be for your protection.
Let's see. What were some of the other highlights, though? I'm pretty sure there was a booger on the remote control. That was nice. That was beautiful. Yeah. I saw long brown hairs on my pillows before I even laid down or anything. So that was beautiful. Yeah, there was just, one of the towels was wet. Oh. One of my towels was wet. So that was a nice highlight.
Hourly rental.
Either way, long story short, I didn't get there until the next day, which really sucked because Nazook was where we were staying the first night that we had reserved, like $600 a night. Like this was literally, I went from the worst hotel at Motel 6 Atlanta that I've ever stayed at to the absolute best, top notch.
The only thing in common was the number 6. Motel 6, $600. Anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Stretching it, but nonetheless, once I got there, it was fantastic. We had a good time. Went to Coco Bongo, did all this sort of fun stuff. In fact, I could delve into it even more because while that is all the beer that I brought, I do have another show's worth of alcohol.
Oh, well, there you go.
That we can do in the future.
Be like South America. We're just going to keep talking about this forever.
Yeah. Well, there's still plenty of stories. I still got more to talk about. But for now, this is part 1, Cancun. Let's wrap it up. Let's untap this beer. It's been a while. This is how the show started. We used to drink the same beer at the beginning. Right. So we're drinking the same beer, this Soul.
We're going back to our roots.
How you feeling about it, man? What do you think, Huck?
It's absolutely a great 3.
It's a great thing. I like it better than the first beer, the Tecate. So I got to give it more than that. You think it's a 3?
I think it's a 3.
I'm going back in. I'll give it a 3.5. It's a hair better in my opinion. Yeah. I really am bummed that we didn't get the one that I wanted to try the most.
Yeah, me too, actually.
You were asking, between the segments, you said save it for the air. We didn't go to a beer store. We just went to like the convenience store. That was the closest place. So.
I always search Google craft beer near me. I mean, where I go.
I don't think that's really a big thing down there, though.
It might not be. I don't know.
I mean,
but I always search that. I mean, you wouldn't think Vegas, has a lot of beer, but they really do. But it's really hard to find. Like there's bars, the casinos will have 10 bars, and one of them is going to be a craft beer bar in almost all the casinos now. But you just got to find it. It's a hole in the wall somewhere, and they don't advertise it.
That's a good point. I didn't think about it. Like I said, I was more like on the liquor drink kind of
stuff.
Yeah,
I get you. Yeah.
But anyways, we could delve more into it another time.
All right.
Next week, I don't know. Shoot, we might do next week. We're trying to plan out next week because we do it's like a St. Patty's Day thing.
We're working on that. I'm not sure we're going to be able to
we don't
cough
know what
it
we're
up.
going to do.
We're trying to cough something up, but I have not made any progress. But I have a whole week, so
hopefully it'll work out. All right. Either way, we'll take a quick break. Huck, as always, I appreciate you coming in. Huck's Beer Buzz on all the social media. We didn't even do the Untapped spiel today either.
Yeah, well, we really
whatever.
I mean, why are we untapping
If you're listening, Huck's Beer Buzz on all the social media. Huck's Beer Buzz at Gmail. Hit him up. And, of course, Huck, I appreciate you coming in, man. We'll do it again next week. We'll take a quick break. We'll get back to the tunes right here on 105 Point Through the Bear. Stick around.